Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you for coming into my reading. My name is Tarot with Vey, or you can just call me Vey. And today we're going to be doing a reading about love. And some pre-information about me. I've been a tarot reader for many years. I've been reading cards for my friends. I've been reading cards for family and for everyone, really. Strangers even, honestly. They ask me that all the time. And it's something I've been doing for a really long time, and I've been quite in tune with my intuition, and I have also been following YouTube readings for such a long time, and I figured that, well, it's the start of something new. It's the start of something beautiful and grand for me to share my love with the universe and provide where I am able to provide, which is within these readings. So today we're going to have a focus on love in our reading. We're going to have a focus on love and light. We're going to hopefully try to keep it on a positive note about love coming into your life, or love persisting in your life, about love that's already in your life, or maybe even love that might leave your life. Hopefully not. We're going to try to keep it on a positive note. But so we're going to do it in the regular 3-card format, and this is the all the time that you select whichever card appeals to you the most. So we have either the 3 of crystals with the pointed quartz crystal right here. Beautiful, isn't it? And then we have the King of Feathers with the raw quartz right here, or we have the 4 of acorns and the tumbled quartz that we have right here. 4 of acorns then being the 4 of wands, King of Feathers being the King of Swords, and the 3 of crystals being the 3 of pentacles. So whichever card speaks out to you most, just pick whichever one you have. In the description, I'll have the timestamps for each of the readings. So this will be pile 1, pile 2, and then pile 3. And I'll see you shortly in each of your readings. So, welcome, pile number 1. This is your reading for this card you selected with the 3 of crystals. And here we have a beautiful card being the 3 of crystals. This is a beautiful picture of this little bee here from the Spirit Song Tarot, one of my favorite decks of all times. Some people are worried about the crystals having a different meaning or something like that, but you know what? It's all the same thing. It means pentacles, and if you look at the bottom of this card here, it says collaboration and productivity. Just give you a proper view of the card here. There we go. Beautiful artwork, isn't it? And then you were drawn to the pointed quartz as well. So let's get into your oracle deck. So sliding this card to the side. There we are. Right. So that card just flew off. You know what? Let's go with it. That seems to be the card to just slide off. We have Simikiel, the angel of vengeance, showing up. We're gonna do a second card from this one. Okay. And here we have Chesed, right hand and empathy. Let me get those cards in for a bit. There we are. Let's draw from the next oracle deck right here. We're going to be doing one little beautiful card from this wildflower deck. Oh, there we are. Oh, there, this is the card. But that one flipped up too, so let's see what they both say. So we have forage for beauty. And we have this gorgeous blue card that says, see the world. Okay, let's see. So I'm sensing there seems to be a focus on the self here, in a sense. I'm noticing that even from the bee in and of itself, because the bee is all about pollination, growing, growth, well, providing your love for everyone around you, of course, but also providing the love for yourself. Let's keep We have one more oracle deck here that I actually want to draw from this beautiful little fairy deck. Let's see what this one shows up with. Okay. Here we have time to tinker. Okay, yes, I'm getting a bit of a general message already from this viewing. So what I'm seeing so far, before we get into the tarot, is that this reading is a focus on the self in a sense, because yes, the Three of Crystals, it does go on about a lot of collaboration, working with other people, but from what I'm seeing, I keep hearing the word self in a sense. It might be the focusing on you finding love for yourself, finding love within yourself as well, because it's so easy in a sense to provide love to others, or what we think is providing love to others, because of course sharing love, providing compliments, providing love to other people is always going to be easy, but one needs to take time to provide that same love for oneself as well, of course. So let's just pop these cards to the side here, and then we're going to get into the tarot as well. Boop, boop, boop. There we are. That's a beautiful card, isn't it? Time to tinker. Time to tinker. That is, that keeps drawing out to me, doesn't it? Right. So let's get into the tarot here. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles upright. Oh, okay. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Oh, okay. King of Cups in reverse. Oh dear, they're flying out, aren't they? Ten of Swords upright. Let's draw a few more. Ten of Wands upright, and then one final card. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here we are. Then we have the Fool. Okay, okay. So what I'm sensing, pile number one, is that, like I mentioned earlier, there is, you have such a spark inside of you with the King of Wands when we start out here. There is so much fire, there's so much energy and so much love that you're sitting with to begin with. And that love is something that you, in a sense, exude. You're able to channel it out easily to the people around you, to the loved ones around you, to well, virtually everyone around you. And you are, well, it's kind of like the thing I mentioned earlier. It's as you are able to channel that love around you, there needs to be a balance, of course, as we see here with the Two of Pentacles. That love that you have for everyone else needs to be something that's unanimous, not just something you give out, but also something you take in for yourself as well. And not in a greedy sense where you take the love from everyone around you. It's not even about that. What I'm sensing is that it's more so about you being able to provide that love for yourself as well. And we see that even here with the Ten of Swords. It seems like a sort of, well, a sort of entrapment that you caused yourself in. You've been working hard, or it's something that you constantly find yourself working with yourself and yourself on, being that you're able to channel the love out to the others, but you're not able to find that love within yourself. And that is the key to being able to even channel that love out. And a famous person once said, if you can't love yourself, how the bleep are you going to love somebody else? Let's be real. And there's so much truth to that, because if you are not able to find that love within yourself and you're just giving out, that's the well, you're just going to end up draining yourself. That's what it is. And you see the world for how it is. You see the love and light. You see that spark and ember in everyone else. But because of your rationale, your rational mind, your right man, your right man, your right mind, or even the right hand that it says so here on this chesed card, your rational mind decides, or in a sense has kept you locked up in this state of not being able to see that love within yourself, when that love has always been there and will always be there. And that spark that you have within yourself, what well, sorry, I'm just pondering a little bit, because I do also sense that you do see it in yourself. Hold on, let's give it a moment here. That's the thing about the King of Cups, which is making me wonder a little bit, because it is something that you do see in yourself. It's something that you do, because pile number one, you are a very empathetic person. I can see that, not just because it says so on the card here, but also because you are someone who channels so much love out to everyone else. You provide love to all the people around you and everyone who crosses your path, but you just need to realize that that love that you provide to everyone else, you are indeed able to provide it to yourself. That's why the King of Cups is also here. It's telling you that that entire notion of love that you've been stuck with within yourself, it's not exclusive to your external life. It is also, it's that same love, you're able to tap into it to give to yourself, to provide to yourself, and build yourself up as a person. And like, I just heard the word change. I mean, there is a, well, I'm filming this video a few days prior to the August supermoon, blue moon, that is coming up, which is the moon is in Pisces, which is, well, I'd say one of the most emotional signs that we have in the zodiac. And it's going to be a big time for reflection for you to think about all the love that you provide to everyone else, and you need to balance that to love that you're also able to provide to yourself now with the Two of Pentacles. And once you're able to get out of that little rut of, or rut is a word for it, but also just entrapment in a sense, this little cage that you built for yourself. And when you think about the shape of a cage, well, yes, you're inside the cage, but it has, because of the grid of the cage, the metal, the holes, you're able to see outside of the cage and channel all that love outwards. But whenever you're looking for that love to be channeled inwards, it's always coming in through this cage that you built for yourself. So it's always splitting itself up, filtering itself out through this cage that you made. And it just, that's why whenever you do maybe have love coming in towards yourself, it's not, it doesn't hold the same weight, in a sense, that you hold for the love that you provide to everyone else around you. And I think, or I'm certain actually, that this new moon is going to help you be more introspective and look into that world of yourself. Because yes, love comes from the external, but it's also mainly from the internal. And that love that you have for everyone, you're also able to provide yourself. So like it says so on this card, pile number one, it's time to tinker, because you are beautiful, you are amazing. All that forest and love from your heart chakra, it exudes from your being, from your core, from your essence. You need to forage for that beauty within yourself, because you are a person that's, you see the world with lots of love and beauty. You see the world, you see the beauty in other people, but you need to see that beauty within yourself as well, because you do have that. You do have that beauty, and once you're able to find that core, that love, that light, that joy within yourself, you will be able to move on from this and move on and build yourself more stronger as a person, and even be able to exude that love that you have for everyone even more easily to everything and everyone, really. But before we finish up, I kind of just want to go into the booklet's definition of these two cards. So the first card is Chesed, and empathy, right hand and empathy. Let's have a look here. And these cards are so gorgeous, by the way. They're some of my favorite cards. They're just these, well, they're obviously fictional characters created up from this one author of these cards, but they're just beautifully made. They're about emanations. They're these characters built up to be like angelic emanations, and I find that to be quite beautiful. But let's have a look at Chesed and what it says here. So, Chesed, right hand, empathy. The fourth emanation, the hand that embraces. The healing tears brought on by the forgiveness of sins. Each kindness is repaid in kind. Chesed's force pulls humanity together, allowing peace to exist between us. This is the power to look inside the hearts of those around us and see that we are truly alike. Our need for love and kindness is an essential part of our existence and transcends all other differences that we might have. The blue orb's embrace extends across all existence. It's that so in cursive here. It's the beautiful little orb there. Chesed is at the very center of the pillar of mercy, defining its core characteristic and forming an extreme opposite to its female counterpart, Gevura. The two arms of the tree extend in opposite direction. Chesed pulls tight so that Gevura cannot push away. This wrestling match cannot be won by either side, yet the struggle itself is meaningful because it is the struggle that defines our morality. And then we have some keywords here: kindness, charity, and love. Literally, again, repeating what I've said this entire time. But let's have a look into Samikil, vengeance. Because as you are channeling this love to the entire world, there is an obvious discourse happening within you, being that you want to channel that love for yourself as well. Yes, you love people around you, you love the world, you see the beauty in everything, but you need to see that beauty in yourself. Pile number one, you are beautiful. I'm pointing at you right now. You are a beautiful human being, and I want you to truly believe that. But let's get into this before I get out of hand. Samikil, the angel of vengeance. When the time comes, we all call its name. It is ever the instinct in our throat when we seek retribution. We choke on it even as we languish in every syllable. But those who call on Samikil without cause will have harm fall back on them threefold. It is the way of Samikil's sword, cutting in both directions. While we gird our fragile hearts against being hurt, pain will make its attempts on us by any means necessary. It is in our soul to survive at all costs, even if it means violence. Try to resist all the urges of your barbed heart. Samikil knows not forgiveness. And the keywords here are a sword, a thorny branch, pierced skin. It's just encouraging that, again, like, sweetie, there is so much beauty and there is so much love in you, but when you focus on the negative, it goes directly into what we call, well, the law of attraction, the law of the universe, as below, as God, I'm stuck. As within, so without. As above, so below. Whatever you align yourself with, the way you see yourself is what is going to be truth. So I'm telling you this now, pile number one. Do you choose to see yourself in love and light and beauty, or do you choose to see yourself in a negative connotation? And instead of feeding that energy to everyone around you, as you should, because that is one of the gifts and one of the beautiful missions that you're sent on this planet to do, to just exude love and radiance and love to everyone else around you, we need to take... That cake isn't exclusive just for everyone. That cake, darling, it's also for you, which is what I want you to do from now on. Pile number one, you're beautiful. thank you for coming to my reading. Have a lovely blue supermoon. Take some time to think for yourself, introspection, do some shadow work. I find a lot of joy and love in journaling, and I recommend that to almost everyone around me because it helps so much. Just not, some people are kind of like caught up in like, oh, if you're gonna journal, you have to get a diary and write everything down. No, I know that you're probably watching this from your phone right now. You're watching this from wherever, and we're living in 2023. There's so much technology around us. You have the opportunity to open the Notes app on your phone and just write some stuff down. Literally. If it's stuck in your head, it's just gonna ruminate everywhere. Write it down, process it, and move on. You're beautiful. Thank you so much for coming into my reading, and I'll see you next time. All right, hello pile number 2. Thank you for clicking. Now it's time for your reading, and you chose the raw quartz that we have here. Beautiful stone, isn't it? I honestly prefer the quartz in its rawest form, and feels so gritty and so nice, and that's just the beauty of the stone in and of itself, the natural beauty of everything. And you chose the King of Feathers, that being the King of Swords, and on the bottom of the card here it says logic and justice. So let's get into your reading. We're going to start off with some oracle cards. So we're going to start with the first deck, the Oracle of Emanations. Let's see what we get. Oh, okay. Right, so we have a Keter, the Crown, Spirituality. It's a beautiful card. And then we have, let's see, Spirit, tell me to pile 2s, cards, and highest good. Oh, okay, let's see. And you have Chokmah, Right Eye, Wisdom. Okay, let's have a look. Let me show you these cards. We have Chokmah here, Right Eye, Wisdom. And then we have Keter, the Crown, and Spirituality. Already I'm sensing a theme of the internal, of the mind. We see the orbits around the crown of the character here. We see the little halo of the lion that we have here as well. But let's draw some more oracle cards. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oop, this, and then we'll draw one more. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So, these two cards right here. Firstly, we have the card Tipping Point with a depiction of the character, the Kappa from Japanese folklore, I believe. And then we have Time to Tinker. Wow, okay. So it's a funny thing. This card actually came out from the first pile as well, but okay. Let's have a look at one more oracle deck before we move on to the tarot. Oh, beautiful little basket of blueberries. Be filled with joy. And one more card, let's see. Oh, okay. And cherries, huh? Fruits are simple, seem to be a theme here. Let's have a look. So this card says, "It is the sweet, simple things of life which are the real ones after all." So it seems to be a quote by Laura Ingalls Wilden, I think it says here. Beautiful card, right. So let's get into this. This reading, I'm sensing it's about the internal, your intuition and your pile number 1, I'm sensing I'm sensing pessimism is the word that I heard. There is a... Okay, yes. Pile number two, sorry. There seems to be a energy of pessimism that lingers over you for whatever reasons it may be. It could be from your past, it can be from things that you've gone through, your experience, just all... Well, that's what it usually says, like the things, or some people believe, even through some psychology, that all the way that you are now is that you're a victim of your circumstances, your growth, and the way you've been raised, and everything that's happened to you is the reason you are the way you are today. But that's not necessarily true, because if we stick to that narrative, if we stick to that mindset, that focus, that means you are directly manifesting that mindset into life. You're manifesting that mindset, and then you're setting yourself up to just be in that bit of a cage that you created for yourself, that, oh yeah, the only reason I'm like this or like that is just because that's just how life was with me, and I'm stuck with that, and that's how I'm just going to keep being, because that's how my book was written, in a sense. But I feel that you are able to see that even through the pessimism, even through the negative thoughts and negative energy, you are able to see that there is positivity within yourself, and there is huge potential of finding more of it as well. I mean, before we continue, let's get into the tarot. Let's have a look what the Taroki has to say. Oh, okay. So we have the Strength card in reverse. Oh. We have the Ten of Wands upright. We have the Four of Pentacles upright. Oh. And then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh. The Ace of Swords upright. Oh. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Let's draw two more cards. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And then one final card. Oh, we have the Tower upright. Okay, let's get into this. Give me just a second, pile number two. I just have to plug in some electric stuff so it doesn't die on me. Hold on. It's got a notification from my laptop being low battery. Low battery. Maybe even that's some significance. I don't know. We'll see. Let's have a look now. Pile number two. So what I'm sensing instantly is that there is a focus on the internal world here, obviously. You have possibly this little air of pessimism about you, this little air of negativity about not being able to see the joy and all the love that actually surrounds you, when there is so much love to be found from within you, even in the external world, but especially in the internal world, pile number two. And I keep thinking of the low battery thing. Maybe it's could be significant, could be not, but it's leaving you to be drained. That's the one thing about pessimism, darling, because if you find yourself constantly lingering on this pessimism, any any energy and any of the spark and joy that is created within your being through your solar plexus, your core, through your heart chakra, and all, especially your core chakra, the solar plexus, all of that is simply gonna be consumed by the void of your negativity, because the negativity, it's unfortunate, it's sad, but if you think of it like this, when there was nothing that was created, or when we look at the beginning of the cosmos, we're getting really deep here. When you look at the beginning, there was light and there was darkness. There was void and there was substance, in a sense, let's say. And the thing about before there was substance, there was always void. There was nothing, and then there was something. There was nothing, and then there was everything. And the thing is, this joy, it's created by ourselves, but if the void and the darkness is overbearing, that darkness is simply gonna end up consuming the void. If you think about it, when you're in a dark room and you light a candle like this, even though it's a small candle just like this one, it's gonna spark light in that entire area. But if that light simply is, well, if it's stagnant and you choose to do nothing about it, there's nothing, that darkness, again, the light is going to run out, then the darkness is going to consume everything again, basically. But with the King of Feathers, I see there is a heavy focus on the logic here. You know about your inner world, your introspection. You do have a deep inner world, as absolutely everyone on this planet does, believe it or not. Some may not believe it, but I urge everyone to start believing it, because there is so much power from your inner world. That is your creation, that is what you create, and that is what you also bring into the external world. As above, so below. So this pessimism, even though it may seem as something that is powerful, something that has strength, because in the world we live in today, the typical right brain mindset of just being logical about everything is what seems to be the empowering, or the standard, so to say. And people think there is strength in that, but in my opinion, there is no strength in not being in tune with that inner world of yourself, because just being focused on the logical and the things that are so, how do I put this, surface level, in a sense, there is no joy or love to be found there, because then you're focusing on everything. You're focusing on, how do I put this? You're laying your eyes on the bigger picture instead of trying to focus on the minute details, which is more, which is where you find the joy in things, really, because even it says here, it is the sweet, simple things of life, which are the real ones after all. It doesn't need to be something big or huge. It's just, you can find joy from all the small, beautiful things around you as well. And I can even confirm that with the Hierophant that's in reverse here. It's that, not tradition, it's that mindset that we as humans have all been, or most of us have been, well, consciously or subconsciously just taught throughout the way we've all been raised, by our surroundings, by the government and everything. And it's put us in a mindset of just working, and focusing on the external, focusing on the world that is around us, focusing on everything that's material, in a sense, when the true love and beauty and the magic, as we call it, of life lies in the inner world, actually. And when you are focused so much so on this material plane and everything that's simply logical, you end up forgetting about the internal world, and then you start coveting, in a sense. That's the word that like screams at me whenever I think about the Four of Pentacles. You're coveting the beauty that is within you. You're holding it for yourself. You're focused on the material, the rational, the abundance or lack thereof. And there's so much more love within you, pile number 2. And that's even why I feel like we got the Tower card here with the tipping point right next to it, because as I maybe I mentioned the intro, maybe not, but we are also, I'm recording this a few days prior to the August blue supermoon coming up, which is a very significant supermoon for all signs, in my opinion. Even though it is just in Pisces, I believe that it is a very significant and important supermoon for everyone, because Pisces is the, in my opinion, the deepest and most emotional sign of the zodiac. And for everyone to be aligned with that, when the moon is in that, it is basically forcing every single one of us to just think within, think of the world, have some introspection, work on yourself. And I believe that within these next days or in the upcoming weeks, this moon is going to be very significant for you to focus on that exact negative pattern that you've been well, the negative narrative more so that you may or may not have been building for yourself. Because when you are focused on this negative narrative, pile number 2, that it means that you're putting yourself in a box, in a sense. You're putting yourself in this I feel like I'm repeating myself, but you're putting yourself in this self-made narrative of something that may not be true at all, honestly. The Three of Pentacles here even says, it talks about the harmony of union, of working together and teamwork and everything like that. When I often associate this card with the triple aspects of every single human that's on this planet, that being mind, body, and spirit. Whenever you are focused on this material world, there is a heavy focus on the body, maybe a little on the mind, but not enough on the spirit, pile number 2. So I believe that within these next days, I urge you actually to look within yourself, look at the joy and the love that is actually around you, and that you know is around you, and that even your rational mind tells you is around you, because I promise you there is lots of it if you choose to seek it. It doesn't have to be seeked through other people. It doesn't have to be seeked through... Seeked, is that even a word? Jeez. It does not have to be sought after. There we go. Sorry, English is not my first language, but it does not have to be sought after and these external things, because yes, you may find some joy in splurging and buying yourself something in that exact moment that might bring you some material joy in exactly that, but in the long run, you're just going to get used to that thing, and that short-lived joy that you got from giving yourself something material, it's exactly that. It's short-lived. It's not going to take you far at all, and then you're going to fall back into the patterns of that pessimism, looking for more, focusing on the lack. That might even be a running theme here. I'm not... it could be about material things, but I think it's more about the pessimism that there is, because there is lots of love in you, pile number 2. You need to just see it in yourself. And that same logic that you use for yourself to not be, to not see that love, I promise you that logic can be twisted into love if you choose to do it. Because I think, therefore I am, a famous philosopher said a really long time ago, which is literally as above, so below. If you are able to just tell yourself, you know what, no, I'm not a negative person. I'm not one that focuses on the negativity in things. I'm not one who lingers on it. It does not affect me. Even though people, you're probably gonna say, oh, but I'm just gonna be coaxing myself. I'm just gonna be lying to myself. Are you though? Are you lying to yourself? Because I believe in my heart that that love exists within absolutely everyone. And that exact love is what you're going to have to start focusing on and leaving behind these negative patterns behind you, because they're not going to help you in the long run, pile number 2. Yes, being rational, being smart, it's going to be really good for you for quite some time. It's gotten you this far in life. It's gotten you to material success if you do have it. It's helped you so far, but material success and the external is not what equals joy. Joy is found within you, and you will indeed be able to find joy. I truly, at my heart of heart, believe that. So as it says so on the card here, time to tinker. It's the same message that was for pile number 1. Not the exact same reading, no, but the same idea. There is time to tinker. And this moon that is coming up, that is the tipping point for you. This is a change. That is, well, I'm going to say it because of the moon and because of the notion of times is moving forward and everything as well. This is something that's inevitable, pile number 2. Whether you like it or not, there is going to be a tipping point. There's going to be a change of mindset and perspective from your side. But before we finish off here, I do want to get into the little booklet's definition of these 2 cards of the emanations. Let me show you them again because they are quite beautiful, aren't they? So we have Katir, the crown, spirituality. Let me just find that here real quick. There we are. Okay, so this is what the booklet has to say on Katir. Katir, the crown, spirituality. The first emanation, the first utterance, the font of energy through which Ein Sof emanates into the universe. The crown sits above the head and embodies that which is beyond our comprehension. One must envision Katir not as an object that can be perceived, but as the light that is cast upon it. Katir's light is beyond knowability, a timeless expanse of pure consciousness. Only through respect for our own limitations do we begin to see the shadow of its nature. At the highest point on the 3, all continuums cascade downward from it. Katir stands in contrast to Malkuth, who rests at the very bottom of the tree. The span that lies between them measures the complete distance of the most spiritual to the most physical aspects of our existence. Journeying downwards from this point, all other emanations become increasingly close to our present existence. And then we have some keywords: spiritual epiphany, faith, and humility. I mean, is it or is it not just literally confirming what I've been saying? Darling, like, that negativity that you've been sitting on yourself and that perception that you have on the world, it's only going to take you so far. And there's so much more that you have to find and to give and to provide and love that you have, that you are so easily going to be able to radiate to the external world and take within yourself and help everyone around you, and of course help yourself, because that's what it's all about. Rest at the very bottom of the tree. Only through respect for our own limitations do we begin to see the shadow of its nature. That one popped out at me. Take from it what you will, but let's move on to the next one, which is Chokmah, wisdom. Chokmah. Lovely names as well. Right, so let me find this one real quick. There we are. Okay. Chokmah. The second emanation, a vessel to hold that which is most precious. The first gate out of potentiality and a step into the realm of the known. Chokmah is the first moment of a newborn child opening its eyes. That child's first steps and first words. He is the beginning of a lifelong journey whose path disappears over the horizon. Where Keter is the pen that hovers over the page, Chokmah is the moment of contact. Ooh, they're actually like pretty close together. Nice. Where Keter is the pen that hovers over the page, Chokmah is the moment of contact. From nothingness, wisdom is formed. To have insight into that which is not known is a gift that is not bestowed lightly. Descending from the summit of the tree, we see its duality begin to form. Chokmah sits above the pillar of mercy, forming the first masculine aspect of the diagram. Its partner, Bina, opens the next to reveal the 2 eyes through which we see the world. And then we have some keywords: birth, intuition, and the subconscious. Pile number 2, this moon, it's gonna, I don't want to say mess you up, but it's gonna force you, it's gonna throw you into your inner world. And All I'm gonna say is brace yourself, but be open to receive these blessings and these intuitions, because by just focusing on the external, you're only gonna get so far, and there is so much more to this beautiful planet that we live on and our conscience and us as humans than just the external world. And I promise you, you will be able to see that once you just put your mind to it. I'm going to repeat this for you right here. And maybe even you should have some walks in nature and just have some time to reflect for yourself. It is the sweet, simple things of life which are the real ones after all. Simple things around you, the sweetness of life, the sweetness of the small things, really. And I urge you, in all honesty, just within these next days, whenever the moon comes around, take some time to do some shadow work, journal, write some stuff down, take some time in nature for yourself to think. Everyone has their own way of doing shadow work and processing feelings and all of that, but I always recommend to everyone, my friends, my family, anyone I do reading for, journaling is the best way of processing your feelings, getting it out physically and not just sitting with it in your mind. Because yes, the thoughts and the mindsets and everything you have in your head, it's going to stay in your head unless you get it out somehow through a physical medium. That's the only way to put it. And everyone's always just so caught up like, oh yeah, if I start journaling, I need to get a diary, I need to do this, I need to do that. Darling, no, you don't have to get a diary, I promise you. We live in 2023, the world of technology and everything around us, and probably the phone or whatever you're watching this from, there is some way to take notes and write something down on this piece of technology. So whatever it is, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes to yourself, and instead of ruminating all the thoughts and the negativity that's sitting in your head, get it out somewhere. And if you even want to, sometimes I like doing this as well. When I do have a lot of negative thoughts that are just reeling in my head, then they seem to be just not helping me in any productive way, shape, or form whatsoever. I write it down on a piece of paper and I put it in a bowl, and then I go outside to wherever, somewhere outside, and I just burn that piece of paper, because then you've gotten it out and then you've performed a sort of ritual to just get rid of it and get it out of your life. There's so much light and love in you, pile number 2, only if you wish to see it, and I think you will. And I'm certain that you will, actually. So this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming to this reading. You are a being of love and light. You are joyous, and I can't wait to see you again soon. And if you like this reading, please remember to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time, beautiful. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome, and thank you for clicking on, well, pile number 3. This is going to be your reading, and you have chosen the 3rd pile with the 4 of acorns, that being the 4 of wands. And this is a beautiful picture of a little walrus here, surrounded by some beautiful, beautiful flowers. And the card at the bottom says here, comfort and community. And if you don't know the 4 of acorns, that is the 4 of wands, basically. And then you also chose, you were drawn to this beautiful little tumbled quartz piece right here. It's so clear, it almost looks like glass, but the lady promised that this was quartz, so I believe her, I suppose. But anyway, let's get into your reading. There we are. So, firstly, we're gonna draw some oracle cards, and these are the beautiful oracle of emanations. Let's see. Spirit, what is in the highest good of pile number 3? What messages of love do you have to share with them? Oh, okay. Ooh, beautiful card. Angel of Dreams, Duma, I think, yes. Let's draw one more. Oh God, okay. Azrael, the Angel of Death. Ooh, okay. Right, some beautiful cards here. comfort and community. That's what the card says here. Dreams. Beautiful cards. Let's move on to the next oracle deck. Okay. Lighting your path. It's the first card we have here. Let's draw one more, actually. Oh. Dawn to dusk. Okay, right. Beautiful cards here. Let me give you a good look at these. So we have dawn to dusk right here. And then we have lighting your path. And while I was shuffling, that's probably why I was lingering on that card a bit. I kept hearing the word loved one. It was like screaming in my head. I don't know why, but let's see what we get. One more oracle deck before we get into the tarot. Oh, okay, beautiful. This is beautiful card that we have here. This is, it's cherries on the back, but it says, "It is the sweet, simple things of life which are the real ones. After all," it says here. Let's draw a few more of these, actually. Okay. Right. Oop. The power of imagination makes us infinite. This card says right here. I'm drawn to one more. Let's do one more. Feeling generous today, aren't we? No, just kidding. Let's see. Oh, okay. Ooh, beautiful. I see a running theme of flowers and growth here. Get lost in a daydream. Okay, okay, let's see. Right, so pile number 3, let's have a proper look at your oracle cards here before we get into the tarot. So even before, when I was shuffling, the word loved one kept kind of screaming at me, if I'm honest, and it might be something of significance, it might be not, but let's have a look. From dawn to dusk, from morning to night. Lighting your path. I sense there is a focus on the crown here that I see. Pile number 3, you have like your inner world is so deep, like it's like ridiculously deep. You have so much creativity, imagination, and so much running within you, your veins, your core, and especially your mind right here. There is an infinite amount of, well, creativity obviously, but there's so much beauty that rests within your mind and within your dreams, within your inner world. And it's well, screaming to get out, maybe. Let's have a look, because it seems like there is possibly a a blockage of a forcing of rationale, not letting this beauty naturally flow out. But before I get too deeply into that, let's just get into the tarot. Tarot, please clarify, because this is, wow, this is very powerful energy here that I'm feeling. Let's have a, okay. They are, ooh, they are very eager. Yes. I want to get right into it because this is I'm getting like so giddy having this reading. This is a beautiful reading, but let's draw the cards first. Okay. Okay. All right, sweetie. King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, both in reverse. Let's see. Let's draw a few more cards. Oh, ooh, this one lands like, of course. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna keep it like this and I'll tell you why in a second. Six of Wands upright. And, ooh, we had this card that fell down. This one was beneath that one. Two more cards. Fine. Two more cards. Spirit, God. See what we get. Oh, okay. Ten of Cups in reverse. One final card. Let's have a look. Pile number 2. Oh, okay. Page of Wands. Right. So, well, the reason I got giddy and excited earlier is that because Spirit was literally screaming at pile number 3. You are such a creative person. You are also an extremely intuitive person, whether you know it or not. There is so much magic that sits within you, whether it's untapped or tapped, whether it's something you're aware of or not aware of. There is an infinite amount of potential that rests in you, and you, because you are a person that's very in tune with your inner world. The thing about it being is that because we are raised in a very rational mindset in the modern day, unfortunately, we are often forced to just focus on exactly that, just being rational the entire time, when there is so much beauty of everything that sits within us, which is why the Star card, whenever it lands like this, I usually like to keep it like this, because it is about you. The star is about the hope and the light and the love, that all that creativity and magic that sits within you. And whenever it lands on the side like this, it always, in my readings, basically means that it's something you're aware of, but it's something you might be a little too scared to possibly draw upon, act upon, and continue upon, when it's something that you're so aware of. All that creativity and that love that is within you, pile number 3, that is the magic of you. That is the magic of your being. That is the mission you have on this planet. I don't know for sure if it's in a creative aspect, if it's an aspect of helping other people, but that deep inner world that you sit with, it's gonna take you so far, so freaking far, if you just decide to act on it. I promise you it will. Let's have a look at these cards, because even with the Angel of Dreams, all this creativity might show itself to you in dreams. You might be an avid dreamer, possibly even a lucid dreamer. It might be about even astral projection. There's a lot of people that are very proficient in astral projection. They're very good at doing it by command whenever they feel like it. And the beauty of astral projection is that it's literally the astral plane. If you think about it, it's kind of like it's such a silly analogy, but it's kind of like a supercomputer in a sense, where anything you want or anything you think of in your mind, you're able to create that instantly in the astral plane. And that's the beauty about, and I've read a lot about a lot of artists as well, they do traverse into the astral plane whenever they do it in their dreams, whether they do it consciously or subconsciously. they I'm sorry, they create and map out that beauty and that creativity in their mind, in their astral plane, in their dreams, so they are able to then more easily access that in the physical world and bring it to the physical world as well. And that exact magic and beauty is within you from dawn to dusk. It is within you during the night, and it has always been there. You have always been aware of it. And with the Six of Swords here, I see that there is a sort of, there's something in the way that's stopping you from continuing on that. Something in the way that, even though the path is so clear that you should indeed be focusing on this because you're so goddamn talented in exactly that, there's something that's keeping you away from continuing on that path, from moving forward and moving away from your old rational thoughts. It might be a lack in something material. It might be just that, a too hard focus on the material, that it might not be proficient. But the thing is, like, you're not going to succeed if you don't try. When you're caught up in this mindset of lack, in this mindset of failure, even with the Hierophant, you're caught up in these old tradition, your old ways, and things that you should be moving on from. You're caught up in, well, negativity is the only way to put it, really. And the fact of the matter is, if you do continue being caught up in this negativity, you won't be able to fully see the potential of this magic in and of itself. This little, well, people say death. Everyone's so scared of death all the time, but it's not about death and dying all the time. It's usually about a sort of rebirth of the death of the past, of your past self, so you can make room for your new self to emerge. Because the Page of Wands tells you constantly that there, this message and this fire that burns within you, it's always been there, and you're aware of that, this fire being there, and you know that this fire is able to take you far, grant you so much success if you choose to pursue it. But because of a rational mindset, you find yourself caught up in doubt, you find yourself caught up in insecurity, possibly even instability, focusing on the material things and focusing on the external world, factors that are stopping you from just exuding this magic that you should be doing. And the thing is, like, if you're gonna be caught up in that, you're not able to focus on, or you're not able to think about this union of the three factors of life, or the three factors of humankind that I always find, which is mind, body, and spirit. Yes, when you have a focus too much on the external world, you're just focusing on body and some semblance of mind, but not enough on spirit. But that's the thing, you're not struggling with that at all, pile number 3. I'm quite sure of that, because the thing is, you have such a deep, vast, and inner world that you know that that magic is within you. You are able to create, but if you aren't able to link up with your spirit as well as your mind and body, you're just gonna be caught up in that negativity, in that doubt, in that insecurity, and you're not gonna reach the harmony and love that you so seek, because it's right there in front of you. It's literally right there in front of you. It's been lighting your path through the darkness of, if you view your life so far as a forest, which seems to be a running theme here with all the greenery that seems to be showing up. If you think about your life being a dark forest, that spark, that creativity, that inner vastness and beauty you have within you, that's what's been igniting your entire life so far. That's what's been keeping you going, consciously or subconsciously. You've been daydreaming about it constantly. You've been getting, it shows up in your dreams. It's something that's always been there, and you know it's always been there. And I urge you, actually, I encourage you, and I'm gonna say I'm forcing you, but no, I'm not gonna force you. But the thing about forcing, even that, because this video, I'm recording it a few days prior to the August blue supermoon that's coming up on the 31st, and that supermoon is in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces is, if not the deepest, most vast, like, intuitive sign of our zodiac. It's gonna be a deep time of introspection, of reflection, of power and intuition. It's people say that full moons are endings. It might be, or I believe, and I believe that even if you believe, it's gonna be the ending of this limitation for yourself, this limitation that you created for yourself for, well, I was gonna say no reason whatsoever, but of course, there's always a reason to these limitations. It might be the way you've grown up, your circumstances in life, the way life's taken you, or anything like that. But that's for you to choose then. It's your choice. Are you gonna let yourself be defined by your past and the way life has treated you, or are you gonna allow yourself to simply exude your magic into the world and be and do what you were destined to do on this planet? Because I believe you will go so goddamn far. Like, I'm just so excited with this reading because it's such a powerful energy. Pile number 3, you have so much to offer in this world from your internal world. There's so much in your internal world. There's so much magic. There's so much light. There's so much creativity and so much love in and of itself that you have to give to the entire world, should you choose to do it. But you need to realize that that is what your mission is. If you don't, the thing is, if you don't choose to do it, the sad thing or the funny thing is that spirit is just gonna find some way to get it out of you regardless, because that's how the cookie crumbles. Usually everyone on this world is gonna end up on the path they're supposed to be in this lifetime. But I could go on forever about this. You have beautiful deep energy, pile number 3, but I want to get into the little book's definitions of these 2 angel cards before we round it up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Azrael first, the angel of death. And let's see what they have to say. So let me just find it here real quick. There we are, Azrael. Azrael, the angel of death. The assistant to man's creation and the architect of the human body, Azrael stands alone on the shores of mortality, helping remove the souls from the bodies of dying men like precious seeds from the rotting core of an apple. The grim harvest is not to be feared, but demands respect as few other things in time and space. From under the shroud of purpose come the hands of Azrael. Oh, it's like a little poem thing here. O death, come to lay your hands upon me. O death, unfurl your fingers from my destiny. O death. And then beneath it, it says, do not search here or there. It will reveal itself in time. It will breach the surface for a moment. It will take you and pull you under. You will know, and the knowledge will fill you, even as it consumes your soul. And then we have some keywords: an apple, the ocean, a skull. I find the last part to be kind of peculiar. Do not search here or there. It will reveal itself in time. Pile number 3, I believe if you're just patient with yourself, if you just continue on your creative pursuits, do it at your speeds, do it at your own love and by your own notion, it's going to unfold itself to you naturally, because that's your destiny. That's what you were born here to do. That's what you were destined to do, really. So I urge you, seriously, don't ignore the calling, because you know it's there. And it's going to keep screaming at you if you ignore it. So it's up to you. Do you want to work with it or do you want to work against it? But anyway, let's get into Duma, the angel of dreams. Ooh, there we are. Beautiful card, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Wow. Right. So let me find this real quick. Here we are. Duma, angel of dreams. Docent to the unknown, Duma is the impetus to doubt a false reality, to crack the shell keeping you from the truth. When the world shifts around you, Duma is your guide. The world is stranger than you believed it to be. What we all dream, we dream together. Those dreams pool together in Dumas' cupped hands. Look below the surface of the water. You know you miss something, and yet you wonder what. You listen closely, and yet you hear nothing. All the while, you dream the truth you think you seek. It is said that Dumas and Leliel are connected. The truth of this can only be found within Angelarium. Leliel, that's another card within this card. It's like this own little universe. It's beautiful. But the key words for this card is a reflection in water, a golden cage, an eye. Pile number 3. You need, as deep as your water is, and as scary as it might be or sound, once you just take the time, the energy, and the intention of just diving into your inner world, it might seem dark at first, but you need to remember that light, that creativity, and the beauty of the creativity you have. That's what's going to be lighting your path. That's what's going to take you through all of this. Even the darkness that's around here, she's holding a beam of light. That's the magic that you hold, the spark that you have within you. Trust me, it's might seem scary at first, but your soul, your mind, and your entire being is gonna know what to do, when to do it. I sense there's gonna be so many synchronicities and everything coming to you. And even with this blue moon coming up, I sense so much positivity and a positive change and just oh my God, like, I don't know why I'm getting so giddy, but there's so much love and magic coming into your life. And honestly, just brace yourself. And it's gonna be magical. It's gonna be beautiful. I urge you to just take it a day at a time and enjoy it, because it's whether you like it or not, because of the blue moon, it's gonna force you. I don't know if I mentioned it to you earlier in this reading, but this blue moon, it's gonna force you to introspect. It's gonna force you to think, to do shadow work, and I urge you to do it with an open mind, with whatever way it works for you works for you most. The most creative way, by doing art. Some people like doing shadow work by creating art and exuding their emotions into that. Some people prefer journaling. Some people prefer writing things down. Others prefer just to take a walk in nature, something like that. Whatever works for you, your core and your mind knows what works best for you. And I urge you to follow that instinct and just let it unfold itself naturally. If you don't know, and if you are unsure about what the best way is to go about it when it comes to shadow work, I always recommend this to all my clients, to my friends, to my family, whoever I do reading to. The best way of getting your thoughts out and whatever that's stuck in your head out into the external world, it's literally just by journaling. And you're probably thinking, oh no, but I'm not good with words, whatever. There's no set way of journaling. You're writing your thoughts down and just getting it out of your head. That's all it's about. And some people are like, well, no, I need to go get a diary. I need to write by hand. No, you don't. No, you don't. We live in 2023, for Christ's sake. There's so many. I'm pretty sure, like the phone that you're watching this video from right now, there is a notes app or somewhere you can write stuff down and just get it out of your head, putting your thoughts and anything in your mind into perspective, sorting it out and just getting it out. Even like there's like a fun little ritual that I like to do sometimes. And when I'm riddled by negativity, doubt, and a lot of negative emotions, I like to just write all that negativity down into a piece of paper. I fold it up, I put it in a bowl, and then I take it outside wherever. Keep it in the bowl, by the way, but then I light it on fire, so it just burns and it's out of my existence. It's out of my world. I sacrificed it away to spirit, whatever. It's to the universe, and they're gonna do with it whatever they want. But whatever you do, go about it with love and light. Go about it with creativity and that spark you have within you, because you know exactly where you're supposed to do. Trust me. Just like this card says, the power of imagination makes us infinite. And you are an infinite, eternal being. Pile number 3. I have the utmost faith in you. I'm so happy this reading came in here because it's it's energized me as well. Your energy is so strong. It's energizing me as well. You're so cool, pile number 3. You have no idea. Oh my God. But anyway, go about it with your life. Thank you so much for coming into my reading. I wish you the absolute best on your journeys, on your path moving forward. You're gonna do so well in your life. Thank you again for coming for my reading. This is all I have for you. If you like this reading, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye, you beautiful soul.